tell ya. But anyway, yes guys, I am alive. I know I have been off the scene of Janvy for, oh good god, probably going on 2 months now. Been on a hiatus, just been on full-blown cosplay mode with Anime North had happened, and my very first attempt at doing armor-style cosplay. And it really did take every waking moment to get it done. I will post maybe some pictures here, but I will do a full throttle Anime North video this coming Friday. I know usually I do them right from the get-go, right when we get back, but I couldn't tell you why, but Andrew and I were just exhausted after Anime North. Anime North itself was exhausting for me, and a lot of things did not happen that usually do happen with Anime North. For example, I don't think I vlogged 2 seconds at Anime North. I just didn't do it. Again, I could not tell you why. I just was not feeling it this year. It just felt like extra work that I didn't want to put into, and I was so in the moment of enjoying Anime North that I hadn't been to in a couple of years that I just didn't do it. It happens sometimes. So my sincerest apologies. I do know that I actually have been getting some questions from some people. Sarah, when is the Anime North daily vlogs going up? They didn't happen this year. I truly am sorry about it. I know that a lot of people do enjoy them. I enjoy doing them. They're a lot of fun, but it just didn't happen this year. To that, I'm just sorry. So with the apologies out of the way, again, that'll be happening on Friday. I will be putting a video together of pictures and what little bit Andrew did do as well. He actually did do some vlogging. Not as much as, again, we do in past years, but there will be something at the end of this week for Anime North, so make sure you stick around for that. Subscribe and all that jazz so that you know when we post that kind of stuff. So this is also a yes, I'm alive, and what a time to be alive with E3 going on right now. So yes, things have been going on with E3. I just kind of want to throw at you guys some of what I'm excited for. I know it's not over yet by the time I'm posting this, at least, or by the time I'm recording this. I know it's not over, but the 2 main guys that I care about in gaming anymore are done and finished and have announced their stuff, and I just kind of want to throw at you guys what I'm excited for, looking forward to in this year, next year, maybe even future years to come, depending on when things get released. So once again, this is a very unscripted vlog. I just have a bunch of notes here of stuff I'm excited for. I just wanted to throw it out before it poof out of my head, and I got sucked back into Halo because I've been replaying the Halo games, and I accidentally played that for 5 hours straight last night. I don't regret it. Kind of regret it, but I don't regret it. So let's just get right down to it, shall we? So this is not in any particular order as to games that have been released or that were talked about in any order. This is also not in any way, shape, or form a full coverage of E3. I'm probably going to talk about 5 games that they announced at E3, so if you want a full breakdown of E3, find someone else. I'm not that person to go to. Not doing it. A lot of games I don't care about or are just not my taste in gaming, which is fine. You know, you might really like that game, but I'm not excited for it, so I'm not going to talk about it. These are games that I am excited for, and it's not a full E3 review breakdown. So first 2 games that I'm going to talk about that's kind of on the list are games that were not announced a release date, but were announced as a thought or in development at this moment. Now the first one is one they kind of very quickly skimmed over in their talk about the Nintendo brief that they had today when they were talking to the Pokemon people. They were talking about Pokemon stuff going on today. One thing that they briefly skimmed over was conversation about a Pokemon RPG for the Nintendo Switch. What that entails exactly, I have no idea. Again, they pretty much said, here's a thought, we're working on it, Game Freak is working on it, and we'll talk to you in a couple of years about it. That's pretty much all that was said. It was a sentence. Nothing was shown, no title was shown, nobody else that's working on it was talked about. It was just a thought thrown out there. It does sound exciting because I think that's one of the things that everybody has been starving for when it comes to a Pokemon game is a Pokemon full throttle RPG game, but what would be even more cool if they do it MMO RPG style. So it's online, multiple people, you can go against anybody at any time, whether it's on Switch or it's on PC as well maybe. It's definitely something that people have integrated into other games to kind of give the feel for. Like, for example, I just was watching Rooster Teeth's Let's Plays of Minecraft Pokepixel, or Pixelmon, I think the videos were called. Anyway, it was in Minecraft, but somebody had done a Pokemon mod where there were Pokemon in Minecraft, and you could level them up, and you could evolve them, and you can catch them, and you could play with other people, obviously, online, and it was like, oh my god, why hasn't Nintendo done this yet? I mean, online gameplay is obviously one of the biggest things to hit gaming since gaming was a thing, and it just seems like such a missed opportunity for them to go full throttle MMORPG Nintendo Pokemon gameplay. It would be amazing. It would be a lot of fun. There would be so many opportunities for it to not limit yourself to only the handheld console. And I know that you can like trade and battle with people online, but to actually have them wandering around in a single world on a server, sky's the limit. Like, it would be amazing. So hopefully that's what we'll get out of this vaguely announced Pokemon game. But like I said, it was very vague. They didn't even say much about it. It's just a thought. It's something that they're working on. So we'll see what happens with that. Second thing that Nintendo announced today that was mind-blowing. Like, it was one of those things where everybody had their fingers crossed. They were like, man, they haven't done one of these games in such a long time. And probably for good reason after the last game that they had out. So when you see the video of it, it's... Yeah, you know that logo. Oh yeah, baby. Metroid Prime 4. Like, oh my god, I was full on throttle freaking out in my kitchen while I was watching this. Like, good thing I don't live with anybody, and hopefully none of my neighbors heard me, because it was full on freak out. I mean, we all know Metroid Other M and how much of a tank of a game that was. It was, the gameplay was annoying. It would be a whole other thing Andrew and I could both tear apart as to why we loathe that game. I even thought about going back and playing it again and giving it a second chance, but the second that Samus opened her mouth, I was like, nope, I can't do it. I can't do it. Turn this thing off. It's not happening. I can't play this game. It's too annoying narrative-wise and story-wise. And oh my god, just so many problems with it. So the fact that they're going back to the Prime trilogy, and Metroid Prime 4 is coming after my favorite Metroid game, Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. I'm very excited for it. Obviously, all Metroid fans are excited for it. We haven't had a Metroid game in years. I mean, Christ, Other M came out when I was still in high school, so that's already been a while. So, super stoked about it. There's absolutely no mention of who the developers are. They didn't mention anything. They didn't even mention a release date. All it literally says was Metroid Prime 4 in development. That's all we got. But that's all we need to keep us tied over. The fact that it's even a concept is exciting in its own right. I mean, good God, like I said, a Metroid game. We haven't had one in a very long time. And after Metroid Other M, hopes are very high. But because it's a Prime game, I feel like we have the right to have our hopes be that high. So that was pretty much all of the Nintendo stuff that I really cared about. I know that there's Odyssey, and there's Mario and Rabbids, and all that stuff, and there's a new Kirby, and there's a new Yoshi game, but none of them really sparked my interest as much as the other two games. Okay, so next up on the list of... this is probably the most excited game I am about. That wasn't a real sentence at all. This is probably the most excited I was about a game that they announced at E3. My mic is not hooked up or on. The audio in this is going to suck. I apologize greatly because I just realized my microphone is not hooked up. Well, I'm already halfway through it. I'm not starting over. BioWare! Either way, BioWare just announced that they got a new game coming out. If you know BioWare, they're the same people that did Mass Effect games. I'm not a Mass Effect fan, but I am a fan of what BioWare is doing with this new game they call Anthem. And pretty much if I had to put it into 3-4 words, it's pretty much Halo meets Skyrim. Or Halo meets, I'm gonna say Overwatch, because that's the hot thing right now. It's pretty much Halo, but they have a lot more customization in it. Customization in your armor type, weaponry, gameplay mechanics themselves. I mean, I love Halo. I love Halo to death. It's one of my favorite first-person shooters ever. And the world it's in and the graphics and the gameplay are all very, very good. And with this Anthem game, though, what it seems like they're doing more is that you can actually choose what kind of player you are. And this is why I always bring it back to an example like Skyrim when it came to me talking about Breath of the Wild forever ago. Still haven't gotten a Switch. Still haven't played that goddamn game. It's on the list. It's on the list. But when it comes to games like Skyrim, where you can actually choose what kind of gameplay you prefer. Do you prefer being the stealthy type? Are you a heavy tank who just wants to go in and smash stuff? Me, rocking them orcs in that heavy armor. Or do you want a just more rounded game like a Nord, where you can just go in and do a little bit of everything at once? Are you a magic wielder? Are you a heavy weapon guy? Are you an archer? The sky's the limit Skyrim about what kind of way you can play that game. And with Anthem, it looks like they're trying to do a similar concept where you've got, you know, your basic armor, which kind of, I don't know, I'll call it Master Chief armor, Spartan armor, where it's very rounded. You have good maneuverability, you can use all the different kinds of weapons. It's a rounded, it's like the Mario of Super Smash Bros. Rounded character. Or then you've got your other guy where obviously he's in a big-ass suit of armor. He's more the tank style. He can go in, smash people into the ground, and take a lot of damage without needing to worry about getting killed off too easily. But he's slower. And then you see two other armor sets. Actually, I think one's the exact same as the Mario Master Chief Spartan armor style. But then you've got another girl there who's floating around and shit. She's flying. She's, I don't know, she reminds me of a witch or something like that. So there's obviously a lot of different kinds of ways that you can play this game. And it's not even a first-person shooter. It's a, you know, third-person shooter. And that's also, you know, interesting in its own way. Maybe you can go to first-person mode. I don't know. I've honestly don't think I've ever played a BioWare game. I'd have to check my games, and there's a lot of them, and I'm not doing that right now, to be sure. But I'm excited for it. The graphics look on, like, a similar level of Halo 5 graphics. The gameplay looks like it's a little bit, again, like Skyrim, where it doesn't sound like there's a main mission. There might be, but it sounds like there's a whole overworld, and there's a whole bunch of missions that'll pop up when you talk to people, or maybe you'll walk in on something, or maybe you'll hear over the overcom that something's going on, and you can go whichever way you want to do it. You can play by yourself, you can play with friends, so it's very, a lot of the things that I like about a lot of different games into one game, and I'm super, super excited for it. And the fact that it's on Xbox One, I'm good with that, I'm happy with that, so I'll be able to play it once that comes out. That I'm excited for. I did kind of laugh, though, on a side note, when they were doing the trailer for it. If you haven't seen it, I suggest going to watch it just to see what the game is about. But also, listening to the actors in the game portray gamers was just funny to me, because it's like, yeah, we're that calm half the time. Okay, so the second game on the list that I'm very excited about that they announced at E3 amongst the Xbox One games that you could play is Assassin's Creed Origins. Now, I will admit right off the bat that I have not actually played some of the more recent Assassin's Creed games. I've played up to the ending of Ezio's storyline. I haven't played Black Flags yet. It's on my list of things to do. And I don't actually have any intentions of playing the game that is in London, England. And here's why. I have a legitimate reason, if not a somewhat shallow reason, is that it just feels a little too modern for what I think of when I think of Assassin's Creed. I think of Altair, I think of Ezio, I think of them being in really old century settings. And for them to be in fairly modern England is just kind of like, that's not what I think of when I think of an Assassin's Creed game. So I don't have any intentions on playing that one, but when I saw Assassin's Creed Origin, I was very excited to see that they were backtracking into the timeline again. They're in ancient Egypt, so they got a whole new set of rules they can play by, and it looks like mechanic-wise, game mechanic-wise, they have really given a kickstart on how the game plays again, which one of my biggest complaints, and I know there's reason for it, is the fight mechanics in Assassin's Creed games. Now, again, they might have changed it in earlier, newer games, but I have not played them. But one of my biggest beefs with Assassin's Creed is that when you get into a fight, it's tough as nails to be able to succeed in a fight, especially when there's 20 people around you. Now, I get that the point of the game is to be stealthy, it's not to be a fighting brawl game. But when you have a major point in your game mechanic that just doesn't work, it takes the rest of the game and kind of shakes you around and then just throws you against the wall and goes, ha, fight, go, and it's just really hard. So, and there are some times when, yes, the point of the game is to be stealthy and they don't want you to fight, so the kind of idea is, because the game mechanic to fight isn't good, it'll deter you from going head on and playing the game they want playing the game they want you to play it. I don't know why I had such a hard time with that sentence right there. Woo! But sometimes there are points in that game you cannot get around not having a fist fight, and when that part of the game is so broken, it makes it extraordinarily frustrating. So from what I've seen for the Assassin's Creed Origins trailer, it looks like they've really fixed that. They've made it a lot smoother and have also put it in a better perspective, because trying to do a fight from a bird's eye kind of view, really awkward. So the fact that they're keeping the camera behind your character might make that a little bit better. We'll see. I'm excited for it. It's going to be fantastic, and they are obviously implementing a whole new kind of styles of gameplay mechanics as well. Stoked. And that's coming out October 27th, 2017, so you don't have to wait too long for that one. That one's coming out this year at least. And actually, there is one more thing I just want to kind of throw out there. If you know me, and I don't actually know how much I have expressed my love for Spider-Man in past videos. I feel like I must have mentioned it once or twice, but I don't think I've actually ever full-on throttled. Good God, I love Spider-Man. Like, he's one of my favorite superheroes, next to Batman and Deadpool. Those are probably my top three. And with the Spider-Man game coming out based on the new movie Spider-Man Homecoming, I want to say I'm super stoked for it, and I am. I am super stoked for a brand new Spider-Man game. They look like they're keeping up with what the Amazing Spider-Man games kind of trailblazed for how Spider-Man games can be played. And the Amazing Spider-Man, as much as people have something against the game being based off the movie, it was so freaking well done. But anyway, so from the video footage that I have seen of the game coming out, I want to play it. I really, really do. I want to play the game. It looks fantastic, but it is PlayStation 4 exclusive only. And I'm sorry, I'm already needing to put money forward to buy a Switch so that I can have all the new, Zelda game, and they're going to have a whole bunch of stuff that are going to be on the Switch that I'm super stoked for. I'm not buying a Switch and a PlayStation 4, and I sure as hell am not buying a PlayStation 4 for one game. It's not happening. No, that's exactly why I didn't buy a Wii U. There was only one game on the Wii U I even had a thought of playing, and that was Bayonetta 2. And I liked Bayonetta 1. I thought it was a really good game. I really liked the gameplay. I really liked the world you were in. It was a fun game. It was a cool game. It was an original game. Bayonetta 2 came out. I was like, oh, sweet. I'm so playing that. Wii U exclusive. Yeah, maybe not so much. And then when they pushed Zelda onto the Switch and didn't even have it released for the Wii U, I was like, well, I'm not buying a Wii U for one game. It's not happening. I do not have that much money. I am not that much of a hardcore Nintendo fan anymore as much as I used to be. It's just not happening. So the fact that Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man game, is PlayStation 4 exclusive is highly upsetting. I'm going to be honest. I'm very upset by it. I won't be able to play it. Is pretty much what it comes down to, which is beyond stupid. I hate it. It makes me really angry, actually. I won't be able to play this game because I don't even think any of my friends have a PlayStation 4 or have any thought as to buying a PlayStation 4 because there's just not games on it that they want to play. So, just talking about video games that are coming out, and that's a video game Sarah will never be able to play unless for some reason it comes onto Xbox One. Christ, even if it goes onto PC, I would download it onto my ass Mac just to be able to play that game. But that might not happen either, because when things are exclusive, it's very rare that they unexclusive those games. So there you go. There's Sarah's piss rant for the day. Not very happy about that. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sure this video was probably very and stuff, but hey, sometimes you just gotta throw that stuff out there and you just gotta say, screw scripts, I'm just gonna say what's on my mind. Whether that's good or bad, I don't know. So be sure to check in on Tuesdays when Andrew usually uploads. He has also been on hiatus, not because he's been working on cosplay, but because his video editing software has flatlined, it is dead, and he hasn't been able to put the money towards a new, better one yet. Really, he just needs to buy a whole new computer. Good God, you don't even want to know how old our computer tower is. Let me put it that way. We still have a tower. It is old. And then be sure to check in on Fridays when I, Sarah, will be getting back into the role of things. I have a whole bunch of things I want to talk to you guys about. I have a whole bunch of ideas of things to review about. It's going to be good. Hopefully, things will get back into full throttle swing soon. And then same with on Sundays when we upload gaming. I had Minecraft stuff. I honest to God had Minecraft stuff ready and raring to go while I was on hiatus, but I just never thought to upload them. Every Sunday would go by and I went, oh, I didn't upload those. I should do that next week. And then that week would go by. Also, side note, new posters! I love my Kakashi. He's my favorite Naruto character ever. Love Kakashi. Digimon, can't go wrong with the original Digimon crew. And you can't really see him way up there, but Trico from Last Guardians. I'm going to admit, I didn't actually play that game. I watched Jacksepticeye play that game, but I love it to death anyway. I love Trico. That game is absolutely amazing. If you have not played it, I suggest finding a YouTuber that played it. It was a very good game. It was stunning. It was heart-wrenching, actually, which was something I was not expecting to get out of that game, but it was fantastic. So, there's your homework. I don't know. Go watch that. Love Digimon. Love Kakashi. I have other posters, but I will slowly start to switch things around, because I like to change the background from time to time. Don't want to become too boring, because, you know, that can happen. So anyway, until next time, guys, geek on.